Hello and welcome to the online lecture series on Indian economy. Uh, Today's buzzword is demonetization. We all know that everybody, including the rich and the poor, are being affected by this process, and uh, somebody says that it is good, somebody says it is bad, it is bad for the people, bad for the economy, and so on. Let us try to understand what this entails for people like ordinary people as well as the uh, uh, Indian economy in general. Let us discuss about this. The good, the good and the difficult, good and the difficult aspects of demonetization. I hope you all know about demonetization. Let me, for the simplicity, explain what is demonetization. That is removal of a currency in general, but it could be silver or gold as well. A removal of currency as sorry as as a legal it's legal tender. We know that monetization is printing of currency for circulation. Printing of currency. At least in the modern economy, we use only currency. Gold and silver has been barred from being a legal tender. Okay, now let's come to the good aspects of demonetization. First of all, this process makes the fake currencies useless. Just it makes the currencies just pieces of papers. Why? We know that the unfriendly countries near or our neighborhood countries which are unfriendly towards us are using fake currencies printed exactly like our currency to circulate and they want to destabilize our economy and promote violence and separatism in India. And this process makes, in one single stroke, those currencies useless, just pieces of paper. Okay, that is one of the very important thing about this demonetization. I think I forgot to tell you that it is this 500 rupees and 1000 rupees, or those two currencies which have been demonetized recently. Next important thing is it transfers a significant amount of money transfer from the affluent people to the less well off. How? So those people who hoard a lot of money want to convert them into white money, or the black money converters trying to convert the white money, and they use these poor people or less well off people to do that. So they do it for certain commission, so that gives the poor a certain amount of money. And if you look at the amount of black money, that is said about around 5 lakh crore. Okay, we'll talk about this later. About this 5 lakh crore will be converted into white money, and in this process it is said that from 10 to 35% of money is being offered as the reward for doing this, that is converting black money to white money. Okay, so this will transfer a significant amount of money from the affluent to the less off. The third one is there will be increase in electronic payments. Increase in electronic payments. We know that Paytm has received about 10 to 12 times of electronic transfers compared to what it received before the demonetization process. So it is going to be a good thing for uh, those companies, and in general electronic payments is going to increase. So it is going to uh, increase more in the recent times or in the near future. And the fourth aspect of demonetization is that it brings a windfall. Windfall means that you get something without doing much. But at least for this government, we cannot call this as windfall, because the government is keeping making its political popularity on stick. So, but it's a windfall for this government, and windfall for the government in the form of what? This windfall comes from the concept of, it's not just a concept, it's a it's a general understanding that there is 16 lakh crore worth of this 16 lakh crore 16 lakh crore worth of 500,000 rupees in circulation. Okay, so right now about 6 lakh crore has been deposited. Just 6 lakh crore has been deposited, and there are about 10 lakh crore remaining to be deposited. And in this 10 lakh crore, the government do not expect, or in general we do not expect to be deposited. We are not going to get this 100 lakh crore deposited in the bank account. So it is expected that about 3 lakh to 4 lakh crore 4 lakh crore will never be deposited, and this money will be taken off from the balance sheet of the government, and the government can add to the economy about the same amount of money through printing new currency. So this is a windfall, which means the government can print more money without increasing inflation or without creating any adverse effects on the economy. So this is a windfall, and this money can be used for different things, for social welfare programs, development, infrastructure development, and so on. Let's see how this this money will be used by the government, and there are a lot of suggestions, and we'll look at those suggestions in another video. Subscribe to our channel, so you will get that in very soon. Okay. Next aspect of good aspect of this demonetization is that it is a shock treatment for the unaccounted hoarders of money. It's really a shock treatment. Many people have just thrown it away. Many people have deposited in the temples, and many people have converted, fearing for the backlash that might come from the government, from the IT department. So it's a shock treatment, and many people, I have seen many people trying to convert their black money into white money, and will never try to use this much amount. At least they will have some amount of black money, but they will not have so much of black money. That is, they don't want to, or they want to declare their incomes. So it's a shock treatment, and it will be helpful in the long run. The another one is the Hawala transaction. Hawala transactions are being affected and will not happen in the short term, at least for a few months. Okay, so Hawala transactions difficult. It has made the Hawala transactions difficult because people do not get this 500,000 rupees here, and they won't give this equivalent amount of money in the foreign countries. Okay, next we have got restrictions on, or it restricts the generation of black money. This process restricts the generation of black money. we have discussed that many people want to uh, uh, here in the case of shock treatment, many people want to declare their income, and so uh, that income will become known to the government, and the money they get is white. uh, and Hawala transactions might not be as easy as it has been so far. So we are going to have less amount of uh, uh, black money generated in the future. And another important aspect is it is going to have uh, negative or inflation, or you can say it will reduce. We can say that it reduces inflation. It reduces inflation, which means that when there is not enough black money, people are not going to buy expensive items, or they are not going to increase the price of any goods and services in the recent times, which means that in general we can say that when you do not have more money, then the price of goods and services will come down. It is the general so it is the very general understanding. So it will reduce inflation. It might also lead to deflation. It might also lead to deflation, which means the price of goods and will reduce in the near future. Okay. So having seen the good aspects so far, uh, uh, it is important that we also understand the difficult aspects also. We know that we are facing a lot of difficulty uh, because of this demonetization process. So let's understand what are the difficult aspects. First of all, it makes everybody feel difficult and sometimes bad about this process, right? Makes people undergo a lot of pain. Let's say undergo a lot of pain. Why? Because we have to live our daily uh, normal routine, and we have to stand in queue in ATMs and bank branches, and we have to lose our daily earnings. So that makes people feel pain about their earnings. And I hope that this government may make some compensation for this pain, and this can be in the form of payment. This can be in the form of payment to the poor people and farmers, because these are the people who are suffering the pain from this process more than anybody else. So I think they will be compensated, or I want them to be compensated for the pain that they undergo because of this. It's because it is not their making. They are the people who are working for this country, who are working for the welfare of the country. They are producing the goods and services for the country. So they need to be compensated for the pain that they have undergone in the recent days. And the second aspect is that it is going to affect the economy, especially growth, substantially. It is expected that this process, that is demonetization process, will affect the economy substantially, because the money flow has been restricted, and businesses and especially businesses and individuals do not get enough money for their day-to-day activities or day-to-day economic activities. So individuals and small businesses are going to be affected substantially. So it is going to affect the economic growth in the recent times, at least for another 3 to 6 months. And the another aspect, difficult aspect of this process is that it makes the life of the bank staff or the bank system, the people who are in the bank system undergo a lot of difficult time. We have seen in the TV news reports and even through social media, that the bank staff are suffering from a lot of demands from the people. Okay, so it makes the banking system suffer. Banking system suffer a lot. So uh, it is a necessary evil. Oh, can we say that? I hope not, because it is not necessary, but it is the way through which we can achieve some cleanliness in the economy, uh, on black money and hawala and other things. So it is making the staff of the banking system suffer a lot. And the another aspect is that most of the unaccounted money will be converted for all the good intention. Most of the unaccounted money will be converted using certain loopholes, because you know that if you have somebody doing good, there are many people to do the bad things. Okay, so most of the money will be converted into white. So I think it's not as bad as we think, uh, but it is going to help the economy in the long run. So having known the good and the difficult aspects of this demonetization process, do you think that it is worthwhile to uh, go with this process, or as demanded by a lot of opposition parties in this country, should we withdraw this process? I think that it is worthwhile to undergo this pain for the short term, for the huge benefits that we will derive in the long term. I hope this video was useful. Uh, Let me know your comments.